container that I had my bananas in before and that now have the peels has turned into my little garbage container, and I love when I'm baking and cooking to have a little garbage container like right on the counter. It makes things so much easier. So just sharing that tip, if you don't do it already, it totally helps. So that's where I'm putting everything here out of the shot right now. All right, let's get cracking with the eggs. I just got this vanilla tonight. George and I, as I mentioned before, had to go out and do a couple of errands. I had to go to Party City to order. I wanted a little bouquet of balloons for him, and I called ahead and she said that the small balloons only last 10 to 12 hours, which I was surprised by with the helium. So you actually have to put in the order and then pick it up on the day. So I went ahead to Party City to pick out the balloons and put the order in, and then stopped at the grocery store on our way, and we got some eggs and some vanilla because I forgot them. And George dropped his hat in the supermarket, which we didn't realize until we were checking out. So I had to totally retrace my steps throughout the entire grocery store all the way back to the baking aisle where the vanilla was, and that's where he had thrown his hat on the ground. And of course, as we're checking out and I'm realizing this, he's getting really cranky. It's the end of the trip. He's over it. Like, I know my time is like over, right? So now I'm strolling him through the grocery store, cranky and like starting to cry and trying to find his hat. Anyways, we found the hat. We got out of there before it got really ugly, and everything's okay. But yes, it was a stressful moment. By the way, that Party City place is insane. I've only been in like the front part to order balloons before, but I've never actually been in like with the aisles and stuff. They have like everything you could ever want in there. It's insane. It's hard not to go nuts when you're planning a party. I found it hard not to go nuts in the Party City, but anyways, we'll talk more about that in a sec. But yeah. Okay, so we're gonna whisk. I got the wet ingredients all in here. We got some of the banana, we have vanilla, eggs, we have avocado oil. They said you could use coconut oil or really any neutral tasting oil. I've tried to veer away from coconut oil lately just because I learned through a dietitian recently that coconut oil, although marketed to be very healthy for you, isn't one of your best options because it is solid at room temperature, and apparently you want to go for the fats that are liquid at room temperature. So recently picked up some avocado oil, and the recipe said that that would work great. So avocado oil, and what else? Vanilla, eggs, avocado oil, bananas. I think that's it so far. I'm whisking together. Now for the dry ingredients. You know what? As I was just measuring that halfway through, I realized I have whole wheat flour. So I'm sure it won't make a difference, and I'll do half and half just in case it does make a bit of a difference. But let's throw a little whole wheat in there too, because I like to use whole wheat if I can in pretty much everything. It just makes add a little fiber. Fiber's everybody's friend. Baking soda. I always remember to read it like a billion times when it's the baking soda or powder, because they're so easy to get confused, for me anyway. Can you tell that I'm like crouching to make sure I get myself in the shot? Just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt for a whole cake, not a lot. I don't like adding salt to stuff for George, but a 1/4 teaspoon for, yeah, that's not a lot. This actually is a banana bread recipe, which I'm putting into, I found this really adorable mini round cake pan. I've never owned a cake pan before. In fact, I don't know if I've ever made a cake before. If I have, it's been a really long time. So I'm just using a banana bread recipe in that shape, so I'm hoping it works out. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to like do this all over again to make like another layer, or if it's gonna be enough to like do 2. I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes. Okay, we got the dry ingredients. We're gonna stir it. Does anyone else ever sing Bob Marley when they're cooking or baking? I mean, I just can't help myself. In my head, usually. Sometimes not. Stir it up. The other song that I just cannot help but sing in the kitchen anytime, and George loves these, so it's happening a lot lately. Anytime the tongs are pulled out, a little Cisco going on. Tong, 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 tong. I just can't help it. I just can't help it. I don't know if anyone else is like that when they see tongs. They gotta sing the tong song. Okay. Wet and dry together. It's good so far. It looks like it's making a lot, which is good. I'm really hoping I don't have to double the recipe for the cake, but you know, another way I'm gonna fluff it up is the recipe said you could add walnuts to it. I generally put walnuts in my banana bread just because I really like nuts. I love that they add some nice texture, and I love the flavor, and I mean, nuts are just delicious. And then also it adds an element of extra nutrition, of course, because nuts have so many good things to them. Some proteins, some healthy fats, lots of good vitamins and minerals. I forget, walnuts have a specific vitamin or mineral in them. I forget what it is, but I remember reading one time that like walnuts are a good source of this really good thing. I don't know. It stuck with me that walnuts have something really good in them, so always include walnuts if you can. But I just like the taste anyway. I think it's gonna be good too. I'm gonna let him smash it. Who knows if he's actually gonna smash it? I mean, I feel like I know a lot of stories and a lot of people who they put their smash cake in front of their baby and the baby just doesn't smash it because of course you want them to, so they never do what you want them to do. But we've done baby-led weaning with George, so he smashes a lot of things, so I don't see why this would be any different. You almost want to give him like a practice. No, I know he's gonna love this recipe. He likes bready things and bananas, and the icing is gonna be like a combo of, I found a lot of cream cheese and Greek yogurt, like singularly, but I think I'm gonna combine Greek yogurt and cream cheese. He loves Greek yogurt and loves cream cheese, just like plain. So I feel like this is gonna be a good call for him. And then I'm just gonna put like the tiniest little bit of food coloring in it just to make it look cool. But I'm almost like, should I add some blue food coloring to his like bagel and cream cheese in the morning so he knows that it's okay to eat it when it comes to the cake? I'm just kidding, I won't do that, but the thought crossed my mind. Okay, I think we're stirred. Check it out. Ooh, banana bread. It smells nice. It smells like banana. And the walnuts. This is the other thing we got at the supermarket. Walnuts, vanilla, and eggs. Although they're whole, so I think I'm gonna chop them up just so George doesn't get like one bite and not like it, because sometimes if he gets a big chunk of something, he won't like it. I'm just gonna use like half the container to start with. Let's see what that breaks up into. Literally brought a hammer. We have these tile floors, and they're like cement tiles. They're so hard. If you drop anything in the kitchen, it always breaks. But it's great when I want to smash like nuts or seeds or whatever to put on top of George's stuff, because I just put it in a bag, hammer, floor, works like a charm. Ta-da! Okay, so they say half a cup. I gotta tell you, as someone who's new to YouTubing and vlogging, talking to myself this much is definitely weird. Maybe one day I'll get some viewers and you guys will be like, oh no, you weren't alone this whole time. We're listening. And we'll connect and it'll be awesome. I believe. Okay, so that's about a half a cup. A little extra. I like to have chopped up nuts to sprinkle on George's like porridge and stuff. It's good extra protein. In the back of my mind, I also wanted to make like cupcakes or like muffins, I guess, out of the same recipe so that not George people, I guess, could have them too. Okay, it's ready for the pan. Okay, I got my little pan. I just washed it. Guys, how cute is this pan? Thank you, Walmart. Oh my God, I love it. Now I'm debating. Do I do one layer or do I do 2 layers? I'm not 100% sure. Because the thing is, if I only do 1 layer, it's easier. But if I do 2 layers, then I can put a layer of icing and that'll make it even taller. I think I'm going to do 2 layers. It's going to take longer. I only have 1 of them, so I'll have to bake it and then bake another one. But here we go. This is so exciting, you guys. I was never a baker. My sister is a fabulous baker, and she's been baking since we were kids. But I never really got into it. I was more of a cooking person. I think the fact that you have to be really precise. I just tend to be like a very like, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying? But recently, I've got like over the last few years, I've gotten into baking, and it's actually so satisfying when it all comes together. It's like a work of art in the end. Not that cooking isn't, but I don't know. There's something extra satisfying about baking. I think it's because the ingredients, when you put them together, look like nothing, and then when you put it all together with the icing and stuff, it looks like something. Okay, I think that's half. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do 2 layers because the icing will add some extra oomph to it. Plus, I just have never done a layered cake, so I feel like I want to try. And I bet you it'll bake better because it's thinner, like faster and more like evenly. And that's happened to me with banana bread before, where like I've tried to make it and it comes out like soupy in the middle, and that's the problem with baking, right? Sometimes it doesn't work out and it's always like, oh, what a waste. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the oven and we'll take a look at the decorations. Okay, so just before I start to explain stuff, I'm just gonna give you like a shot of my stuff. So we have our banner over there on the rocker. Got all my, sorry, there's my cat, and that's Henry. All my stuff laid out on the table, and then George's little outfits on the couch. And that laundry basket is just like extra craft stuff. Okay, so I am super excited about my little area here. To start off with, my banner and my hat is my very favorite part. I actually made them myself. Of course, I got my inspiration from the internet, but I was looking at, you know, the Highchair banners and the hats, and they just look so cute online. And I thought, you know what, that doesn't look that hard. I bet you I could do it myself. So I made both the hat and the Highchair banner, which I don't think I'm actually going to use because he doesn't sit in a Highchair, he sits in a booster. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hang it up behind him. And I made a pom-pom to go on top of his hat, of course. But then I had this extra yarn, so I just made like extra pom-poms, and I'm just going to decorate with them. Might even put one on the cake, you know, around the table, like that kind of stuff. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these pom-poms yet, but I figured they'll match, and I had extra yarn, so why not? Actually, a fun story about the yarn. So I know how it goes with yarn because I knit, and when I'm done a project, it's always like, you know, you have these extra bits and bobs, and to make a pom-pom does not take a lot of yarn. So I thought to myself, rather than go out and buy, so I was trying to do it obviously as cheap as possible, rather than go out and buy these two specific colors of yarn, I wonder if I could find them on the internet somewhere. So I actually belong to this group on Facebook called the Buy Nothing group. My very good friend told me about this group, and I've used it a couple times, but this is the perfect, typically I don't like do what they call an ask very often, but I figured why not put it out there. So I put up a picture of my unfinished hat, and so that they could see the colors, and I said, does anyone have any extra yarn in these colors because I need to make a pom-pom? And sure enough, a wonderful lady from just around the corner had the right colors, so it's perfect, and it cost nothing. So yeah, I had this extra yarn and I had to make something out of it. So got that. I'm really excited, super excited about how these turned out. I think they look so awesome, and I'm super stoked. So the theme started off as my mother-in-law wanted to do curtain up on George. Dave's side of the family are entertainers, so the Broadway theater kind of theme worked really well. So that was fine, I went with it. And so that's why the kind of burgundy was to go with the, you know, the red curtain for the curtain up. I'm a fan of the traditional like baby blue theme kind of thing, so I wanted that incorporated. And then some gold accents I figured was also like very like, you know, theater Broadway kind of thing. So that's how I wound up with the colors, and that's how I wound up with one of the pieces of material. So with these Highchair banners, the different pieces of material I happened to find on sale at Fabricland. Fabricland was one of the other places I went to for the first time during this adventure in creating this party, and oh my gosh, Fabricland is amazing. They have like everything you could ever want, all these different materials. I was super in love. So especially, I don't even sew when I was in love. So anyways, I found this sort of like velvety kind of material on clearance, and it was perfect because it looks like the red curtain, right? So I have a lot of that incorporated. Then last night, like right before the party, last night, I was like, oh man, like it's not the same party anymore, and the theme just doesn't make sense, and it's hard to explain to people, and I'm just like kind of bummed out that I didn't really get to pick a theme for his birthday party, which I know is such like a first-time mom, like first world problem, but I was like bummed out that I didn't get to pick a theme. So Dave said, well, it's not too late, like pick a theme. And I'm like, oh yes it is, because I already did the decoration. But I decided to go with a star theme, because I figured I've got lots of gold accents. I have another one of the materials I found at Fabricland has stars in it, because I was going with the, you know, theater star theme in that sense. But instead I'm kind of veering more into like the night sky star theme. So I feel like it's a good compromise. I still get to pick the theme and it still goes with what I've already done. So star is the new theme, as in like, you know, dreaming in the sky, twinkle twinkle, our shining star, you know, that, all that kind of stuff. So just star theme, let's just say that, just star theme. So with that being said, my new theme as of like literally 24 hours ago, I happened to find at Party City, and I couldn't not, I found these adorable plates and matching napkins. And they say, dream big, little one on them, which is so sweet. It's the star and the gold and dream big, little one. I mean, that's exactly what I want him to do. So I just love that. Also, fun fact, George was born at 2:58 a.m. and it was a full moon, and it was actually a lunar eclipse during the time that he was born. So the night sky star thing, like, it totally works, and I'm actually super in love with it. So I'm really glad that I stumbled upon, and I'm glad I found these. Like, how adorable, right? I'm really excited about that. And then from there, everything, I just went with like the gold and the blue theme, basically, with a little bit of red going on in there. So I found these also at Walmart, just these, it's like a gold thing you put the cake on. They're just cardboard, so they're disposable. It came in a pack of 3, so I'm sure I can reuse like the other 2 in a different situation. I just got a blue tablecloth from the dollar store. Found some gold cups from the dollar store. And I found some gold sprinkles. I debated on getting these, but then I thought, you know what, for the cookies and the cake, it's going to be adorable. And again, if I don't use them all, I can use gold sprinkles again. Found at Walmart a happy birthday like cake topper in gold. I was going to order one off of Amazon or Etsy or something, but this was super cheap. It was like $2. And I also wanted to get like a one, you know, the popular one right now where it's like the one written in cursive. But I won't be able to reuse that ever, and like maybe one other time. But a happy birthday one, I can use this like a billion times over again. So I went with the happy birthday, even though I wanted to do the one, but he's got the one in his other stuff, so it's okay. And then I got some tall candles. I wanted tall candles. Let me see a little closer there. Because the cake topper is tall, so I wanted the candles to go behind it. I know, the silly things, like the details I think of, it's just, I'm aware that it's kind of ridiculous, but I love it. At Party City, I also found a little happy birthday banner. You probably can't see, but I'll show it to you when it's actually up. And it's just happy birthday written in gold. And it's actually got like little stars that hang from it. This wasn't even in the kids section. It was in like the gold adult section. But I thought it's going to go perfect. I'm going to do a couple of boards with photos of George. For a small party, this seems super unnecessary. But I was going to do it anyways for the big party, and I just want to still do it anyways because I have the board, so I might as well do it. So anyways, I'll hang that above that. I found at Party City also these mini little party hats, which are super adorable. Again, they're just gold and silver and say happy birthday and let's eat cake on them, but I kind of had this vision that I wanted people to get a party hat because it's just, I don't know, it's just fun. I want to wear a party hat, so they're like tiny and mini, and again, I can reuse them because they're pretty generic. And then I have, okay, so you know at a lot of these one-year-old parties, you see people who do like the through the month pictures. I don't know if you've seen that, but I've seen it and it's so cute. I love the idea because I love pictures and it's awesome. So basically, you take a picture of them at like, you know, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, all throughout the months of the 12 months of the year. And they just have like, you know, on top of it says 1, 2, and they make like a garland kind of thing or whatever it's called, and you hang it on the wall. So glitter glued on these pieces of like foam. And then I'm going to, I have a picture that I picked up. Let's hang it, just a day old. Oh, my heart. So I have them all picked out, special pictures ready, and I'm just gonna like put them like this and then hang them on a garland. So I have that ready. And then lastly, I have his little outfits, which I'm so excited about. Oh, I don't think I've mentioned this yet. So we've been talking a lot about the first part of the party. The second part is we decided we wanted to go out for dinner as well. We were just gonna go out just us. But then Dave thought like, well, like since we're gonna be at a restaurant, like why not tell my friends that we'll be at the restaurant? And if they wanna be at the restaurant at the same time, then they can be at the restaurant at the same time. So it's kind of turned into like this like other party too. But it's more just like dinner. I don't know if we're gonna get that many people because it's very short notice because of course we just threw this together last minute because of the whole situation. But either way, that's gonna be the second part of the night. So I have an outfit for the daytime because it'll probably get full of cake. I mean, hopefully it'll get full of cake. I want him to smash cake. Then I have the change into out of the cake smash outfit. I have a secondary like comfy outfit for him to wear. And then I have another cute outfit for him to wear to the restaurant. Okay, so bear with me. They're all laid out here. Okay, so first outfit, little khakis. Little white, I gotta iron it of course. Little white button up and then the bow tie. I can't even, you guys, the bow tie. His aunt and uncle got him this actually back in the summertime, and I've been dying to put it on him because it hasn't fit him till now, and it's the perfect size now, and it's the perfect event. So that'll be his cake smash outfit. And then I found it on sale, which was a score at Carter's. It says fun to be one, and it's this nice little sort of like grayish blue color, which I dig. And I mean, he can wear this till he grows out of it. It's just a cute little outfit. Anyway, so I'm matching pants. And then for the evening, when we go to the restaurant, this is a little of a warmer. It's like a flannel, and it's gotten so cold lately, so this is perfect. Just this little outfit. And then these kind of like maroony pants, which are like a corduroy. So it'll be nice and warm as we go out. He'll either wear that same bow tie, or I actually have a second bow tie if that one gets full of cake. It's just in his room right now. So yeah, that's my stuff, and I am so excited. And I gotta check on that banana bread right now. Okay, no, we're still good. I just started to smell the banana bread, and I was like, oh no, did I burn it? Because I was talking too much, but I didn't. So yeah, this is my little setup, isn't it? So I'm so proud of how that turned out. I'm so happy with it. So I almost want to use it like more than just for the one day, but I guess we have Tuesday too. So we're gonna Zoom my family on Tuesday, so we get a little celebration, and then it will be just us that day as well. So we can use it for the next couple of days. Pick up his balloons on Sunday morning. Dave will probably do that. And yeah, so now I'm just going to, I mean, because I've stopped and chatted throughout this entire evening, I haven't gotten a ton done, but I'm feeling inspired and everything's out. So I'm going to make, once this is done, it should be almost done, maybe in like 10 more minutes. I'm gonna make the second layer, then I'll just put it in the fridge and I'll do the icing and stuff tomorrow. Probably, maybe with George, I don't know, we'll see. But I'll talk to you guys then, and it's probably getting late now to start decorating. I was even gonna potentially decorate tonight. So as the night's progressing, I'm realizing more and more that I definitely made the right decision to not go to playgroup tomorrow morning because things are taking longer than I thought, which they always do. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I will check in with you guys tomorrow. All right, it's Saturday night. It's the night before the party. It is 10:30, and I have been busy doing all my prep work, finally decorating everything, some final baking, and just getting everything ready. So this is my favorite part. This is the part I've really been looking forward to because everything that I've been thinking about and sort of prepping before all just kind of comes together, and I can actually see my vision in real life. So the first thing that I've put up so far is this back wall. This is the wall that's going to be behind George in his chair. And I'm really excited about how it turned out. I think it looks super cute up on the wall. And yeah, I honestly could not be happier with it. So super score, super awesome. Thanks to Dave for helping me put that up. Now I'm going to roll out. I have the cookie dough ready from last night that I made. So that is just warming up a little bit. So I'll roll it out, cut the cookies. I have banana muffins or cupcakes cooking in the oven now. So those are going to be for if anybody wants a piece of George's cake. He's gonna have his fingers in it, so they probably won't want the actual cake, but this way they have like little mini ones. And yeah, just gonna continue to kind of get everything ready around here. It's kind of a mess right now. It's like the chaos before the awesomeness, but I'm super excited, and that's where I'm at. Everything is just kind of a huge mess right now, but that's okay. It will all come together, and hopefully I'm not up too late. It's 1:30, and I just finished all of the decorating and put everything away and did as much as I can do for the night. I'm so happy with how things are looking. I'll give you a sneak peek. And now I'm just gonna pump and get some sleep and dream about tomorrow. Getting a chance to breathe for a second after the afternoon party has finished. Everyone just left. George is sleeping, and Dave actually looks like he's having a nap on the couch too for a moment. Didn't get a chance to film this morning because it was a total whirlwind trying to get everything ready in time. I made it just in the nick of time, but no time to film, so I apologize. But everything was wonderful and amazing, and I was just really happy to be with our friends and family. So this is the aftermath. He actually smashed the cake pretty good. It took him a minute, but I'm saving the part that he didn't get. Everything looked great, and I think everyone had a good time. I know I had a good time, and George seemed to really have a good time. He loved the balloons. We got helium balloons over there, and he had a lot of fun, and he played and he interacted with everybody, and he was definitely ready for his nap when it came, but everything turned out great. And now, as soon as George's nap is done, we are headed over to the local pub and are meeting some of Dave's friends for a birthday dinner for George. So the day's only half over, and I'm already feeling super overwhelmed with love and super grateful. Alright, so it is a week after the party has finished. I was going to film this directly after the party, but honestly I needed a week to decompress and process and just digest everything that happened and really reflect on the 1-year birthday party. Overall, everything went fantastic, and I am just feeling so grateful and very loved by everyone around us. And just to give you a rundown of kind of how everything panned out towards the end. Like I said, the morning of the party I was going to film, but it just turned into such a whirlwind. There was so much to get done. Even though I stayed up so late, there was still so much to get done. I ended up waking up and icing the cake as well as the muffins and the cookies. I put the gold sprinkles on them, hopped in a shower, did all of that, and put George down for his nap. Dave went to go pick up the balloons, so that was all working well. I was definitely running out of time, but it worked out. The only things that I didn't manage to get out was a couple of food items. I actually didn't get the muffins out, but that's okay because we enjoyed the muffins later. One thing that kind of was weird was the gold sprinkles that I ended up getting ended up melting and turning everything kind of like a greenish color because the yellow and the blue making green, but whatever, I couldn't have anticipated that happening, so it is what it is. And other than that, everything ended up looking great. I wanted to paint my nails, but I didn't get that done, so not a big deal. Right down to the wire, however, George napped all the way up to the end, which was great, but I could have used that extra if he woke up 5 minutes earlier, because he woke up a little cranky, as he always does. He always wakes up fussy. I don't know why that is. I've done everything to try to fix it, but he just is cranky when he wakes up. So anyways, he was cranky, and I was of course trying to get him dressed into his adorable little outfit and giving him his last nursing session before everyone arrived. And my friend showed up with her girls, and they were outside our building waiting, which was not a big deal, but then she couldn't find parking, and so she's trying to call me, and I'm trying to get him ready, and I still haven't gotten dressed yet, and I'm like sweating because I'm stressed. And then they found parking, and then we're waiting outside, and it was snowing, so I felt guilty. And then that all worked itself out, so they were waiting, and I was just trying to rush. And then Dave calls me, and he says, I'm gonna let you talk to the balloon lady. And sure enough, they had lost our balloon order and didn't get our balloon order ready, so that was a little bit, it worked out well. They ended up finding it and then ended up actually remaking it in not very much time at all. But in in the heat of the moment, it was just like everything happening all at once, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we got over that little bump. He ended up coming home with the balloons shortly after. One weird other thing that did happen with the balloons has to do with my cat. For those cat people out there, Henry, which is the white cat you see often running around, is typically very happy and snuggly and out and about when it's us. It's not uncommon if we have a visitor come over that he'll play scaredy cat though and hide under the bed. So when he was hiding for the party, that wasn't a big deal, but then the next day he still seemed really scared to come out, which was odd because usually he gets over visitors coming like not long after they leave. And it took 2 days, and I tried to figure out what it was. I was worried that something spooked him, but sure enough, it was the balloons. I saw him try to peek his head around the corner, and I saw him looking at the helium balloon, the one especially that stayed longer, the foil one stayed a lot longer, and he just really did not like how it was bobbing around, so we had to get rid of the helium balloon so that Henry was able to come out. So note to self, I think that's the last helium balloon experience we're going to be having in the home, but I'm glad that we figured that out and that he was okay in the end, because it was starting to really worry me when we couldn't figure it out. But yeah, to wrap everything up, the party was very small but really lovely. Everyone had a good time. We ate good food, and it sure wasn't perfect, but that's okay. You know, it was the way it was supposed to be, and I'm gonna remember that day for a really long time. And you know, my baby's 1 now. So after being 1 for a week, I've realized that the world doesn't end as soon as he turns 1, and that there's lots of fun adventures to come. So hopefully you got some fun ideas and some inspiration out of my video. And if nothing else, maybe if you're starting to feel a little stressed out, know that you're not alone, that we all get feeling stressed out, and that it's not going to be perfect, because nothing is, and it's just trying to rise above that and try to have fun anyways, which we did. Oh, the other thing is we did end up going to the restaurant that night. That was really great. A couple of people showed up. It wasn't huge, but that was actually really nice, because keeping it small is actually a lot of fun, because you get to really talk to the people that were there. One of our friends brought their kids as well, and the kids ended up playing with George, one of his presents that he got from the table, and I ended up bringing the balloons as well as the 2 picture boards that I had made, and the picture boards actually were a little bit of a hit. People were actually looking at the pictures, and fun. I was glad to see that people, you know, didn't hate the pictures. But anyways, yeah, it was a good time, and it worked out exactly the way that it was supposed to. So thanks again for watching. If you have any comments, please feel free to comment away. If you want to tell me about your first birthday party experience, or if you have any questions, just let me know. And just to give you an idea, all of the decorations as well as ingredients for my baking and everything for DIYing ended up costing, I'd say, a ballpark about $100 to throw the whole party. So that's not too bad. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So hopefully you can take some of these ideas and save a couple of dollars yourself and have fun in the meantime. So enjoy your little one's parties. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!